In the next few minutes, you will learn 3 quiet habits that drop stress hormones in under 60 seconds. And almost no one is using them because they look strange from the outside. These habits are so unusual, almost no one talks about them. Let me ask you something. When was the last time someone told you to calm down and your body actually listened? Probably never, right? And that is not a flaw in you, that is a clue about how stress really works. Your body produces cortisol and adrenaline through signals, not through thoughts. So, no matter how loudly you tell yourself to relax, the chemistry inside you keeps moving until the body itself gets a different message. And before we go further, there is something you should know about the second habit. It is the most unusual of the 3. Almost no one is willing to try it on purpose, and yet it lowers stress hormones faster than the other 2 combined. Stay with me because once you see it, you will never forget it. This leads us to the first habit, the one that lives inside something you're already doing right now. Have you ever noticed that the moment you get stressed, your breath becomes quick and shallow, almost without your permission? That is not random. Your breath is the fastest two-way channel your body has with your nervous system, which means it is also the fastest way to send safety back. But there is one breath pattern your body already does on its own when you cry, when you fall asleep, and when you finally calm down after a long day. Researchers at Stanford found that this pattern lowers stress markers faster than any other breathing method they tested. And here is the shocking part. It is something you have done thousands of times by accident, without ever realizing what it is doing for you. It is called the physiological sigh. You take a short inhale through your nose, then a second, smaller inhale on top of it, and then a long, slow exhale out through your mouth. 2 inhales in, 1 long exhale out. That is it. The double inhale fully opens the small air sacs deep inside your lungs, and the long exhale releases more carbon dioxide than a normal breath, which is the chemical cue your body uses to come down from alarm. 1 sigh is enough to feel a shift. If you do 3 sighs in a row, it is enough to drop the spike completely. And here's the quiet part. You can do it in a meeting, in traffic, in bed, and no one around you will even notice. Now, before we move on, I want you to keep something in mind. The next habit is the one your body has been begging you to do for years, and almost no one does it on purpose because it looks strange. But once you understand what it is actually for, you will see your stress in an entirely new way. And if you've been liking this video so far, make sure you hit that like button. Next, the habit number 2. Now you know how to slow your breath in seconds, but what if your stress is not in your breath at all? What if it is sitting in your legs, your shoulders, and your hands, refusing to leave no matter how slowly you exhale? That feeling is not a glitch. It is your body holding onto leftover stress chemistry that breath alone cannot reach. And here's the strange part. There is one movement every animal in the wild does after stress, and humans are the only species that stopped doing that. Have you ever watched a deer escape a predator, freeze for a moment, and then do something almost no one notices? Animals in the wild have a built-in reset for stress, and they use it instinctively every single time. Now you might be thinking the answer is stretching or yoga or walking it off. But none of those are what the body is really asking for. The body wants something rawer, something faster, something almost embarrassing to do in front of other people. And that is exactly why humans abandoned it somewhere along the way. The habit is shaking, literally letting your body shake on purpose. You stand up, soften your knees, and let your hands, arms, legs, and shoulders shake loosely for 30 to 60 seconds, like a dog drying off after a bath. This is not weird, this is biology. The shaking discharges the leftover adrenaline and muscle tension that your nervous system stored during the stress response. Trauma researchers call this neurogenic tremoring, and it is the body's natural way of closing the stress loop. You can do this in private, in a bathroom, or in your car when stuck in traffic. 60 seconds is enough to feel the change. 2 habits in, you have already learned how to calm your breath and discharge your body. And yet there is still one more thing. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt stress so loud that breathing felt too gentle and shaking felt too small? That is the exact moment this next habit was built for. Habit number 3 is the 60-second shock. There are moments when stress hits a peak that feels almost impossible to interrupt, where every gentle method feels too soft to land. In those moments, your nervous system does not need a slow signal. It needs a sharp one. And here's the strange part. Your body has a built-in emergency brake that almost no one knows how to press on purpose. It is hidden in the nerves around your face, in the soft skin under your eyes, and across your cheekbones. When the right signal touches that exact spot, your heart rate drops within seconds, your cortisol falls, and your entire system shifts from the alarming state to calm, whether your mind agrees or not. The habit is a cold water splash to the face. You fill your palms with cold water, ideally below 15 degrees Celsius, and you press it gently against your cheeks, your forehead, and the soft skin around your eyes for 15 to 30 seconds. You can also lean over a bowl of cold water and submerge your face for the same time if the stress is severe. This is called the mammalian dive response, and it is the closest thing your body has to an off switch for panic. With this, your nervous system instantly shifts into conservation mode, slowing your heart, softening your breath, and pulling you out of the loop in under a minute. It is the only stress tool I know that works even when your thoughts refuse to cooperate. So now you know all three habits, but the real power is in how you use them together. Start with a physiological sigh because it tells your nervous system to slow down. Then move into 60 seconds of shaking because it discharges the chemistry that the physiological sigh you did earlier could not reach. And if the spike is still loud, finish with a cold water splash because it presses the emergency brake your body has been holding onto. Breathe first, shaking second, cold water splash at last. Less than 2 minutes and the loop is broken.